Hey, what's going on, you guys? Hyperion-Blue-GT is here. Week number 4 in the Live 7 event in the Crew 2 Dallas run. Taking place in the big state of Texas, we'll be having some events. We'll be going off the road, including 2 events from Motorflix Season 3, Episode 1 of the US Speed Tour East, and Episode 2 of the Live Xtreme Series, along with 3 skills. We'll be ready to go on over to participate. As you may enjoy watching the video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out some more videos if you like. Feel free to enjoy it anytime you want for the entertainment. Now it's time to get ready to start the Live Summit event, and let's begin. Okay folks, so looks like we have one vehicle will be available by the purchase and 20% discount off in about $166,319. And we already got the Audi S1 EKS Rallycross Quattro and the monster truck edition of the Ford F-150 SVT Raptor. And that means only one vehicle will be unchecked to be giving a good use is the Ducati Monster 1200S Rally Raid Edition. Horsepower to be at 145, and the top speed will be taking a good guess if any full installed parts will be quite giving a good suitable that will might give a good example by having a guess. Applied with the brakes that might give a good use will do some study work. So that means this one might have a motorcycle will be driving around to take the off-road, will be going in onto the terrain. Alright, this should be all good and bundle purchase. So that means one vehicle should be quite good enough. Alright, looks like this is going to be the perfect spot to be at 6,250 first place. 4 rewards have finally acquired, including the Dodge Challenger RT and the 50s Holiday Rooftop to be on the rooftop vanity item to be added to your collection. This might be very good to have all kinds of good parts to be applied, and some currency credits will be added up, will be funded as well. For the different reward, 150,000 followers, spare part pack for only 52,500, and the vanity item is the Endureflex Energy Lines tire to be on the comment. Platinum goes on for the Nitro Chemist will be boosted up, and that means that will be giving a good 7 set to have a nice touring car discipline will be added in onto the stock. So here we go folks. So I have to make sure to participate in any events. We'll be starting out in episode 2 of the Live Xtreme Series. Will be taking place to be in the same spot to be in Dallas, Texas. We'll be having some more fine rewards will be collected. But thankfully, this one might give a good moment. We'll be having a trip down memory lane from the full walkthrough. But starting out to be in the street race discipline to be in the first leg. So I have to grab my Ford Mustang GT to have a good Nitro Chemist to be switched out from a different vehicle to be reached on the maximum effect. Leg number 2, going on for the rivers by using the Proto Offshore Mark 1. And for the final leg, grab my Proto Doom Buggy with a UDRS Insportec. Will be having a good ways to have a dream team will be taking part in the second episode. Just like having a good old times, we'll be ready to start the show. So I hope I can probably do my best folks, and this time giving a lot of speed and handling will be giving a good ways to have a good clean run.
Welcome to the Gulf Coast, where we're getting ready for the second stop on the Live Xtreme Tour. Last time we hit the city streets. This time we're also going to go wild.
This will be my best ways to go shine. So let's go faster and get it on. Let's win the race. Just gonna keep up the good nitro boost. Slide it around onto the surface of the road. Checkpoint clear. Now just gonna have to keep going straight. Keep it nice and steady. This one might give a good clean handling turns by the corners. Almost there.
We've got some giant spectators for this part of the course, and they're getting some giant-sized action. We're seeing the best from our drivers now, the moment when they're upping their game. It's going to be a gladiator match out there.
So glad that we saw some dinosaurs in sculpture form. Now this one might have to keep follow the routes. Just gonna have to give a good boost. Pass on over to the checkpoint. Very good. Take a good speed average by having a good handling and acceleration. Checkpoint clear. Almost there towards the final leg in the first part. Take that extreme jump and go splash in onto the ripper.
And now for the big moment. It's time for us to switch up the competition.
Okay, just gonna have to slow down. That was so close. Pass by onto the buoys. But this time, this one might give a good ways to go fast and taking a lot of good efforts out there to have a nice motivation. So I won't hold anything back. Gonna have to take the left side, proceed onto the next checkpoint. Feels good.
And it's up and over the ramp and into that beautiful blue water. At Live, we're proud of giving you races no one else can. Drivers must master it all or be left behind. They've got just one shot at being the best.
Okay folks, looks like it's coming closer onto the shallows. This one might give a good length of space. Now coming out at the left turn.
Time's running out for our drivers to make a move on the water.
Almost there. Leg number 2 is going to be finished. And here comes the off-road surface.
Now let's get our hands dirty.
Alright.
We're now in the last section of the race. Here's where drivers can choose to follow the road or cut through the swamp and play in the mud. The choice is theirs.
Gotta make sure if I could probably have to do this. This one might give any directions by the method. Okay, there goes that tree that just got hit. Come on. I still got this in the lead. Very good. Checkpoint to be proceed and take that left turn by the route. So glad that this is going to be quite good to be splashing around on the land and water. Coming in for only one more checkpoint remains. And here comes the finish line. Last stretch. Kick it up onto the maximum and finally made it. Yeah.
Thanks for watching the second race of the Live Xtreme Series. Don't forget to follow us on social media. From New Orleans, thank you, and we'll see you next time.
UDRS for the win in episode 2 of the Live Xtreme Series. Finally got some good prize earnings to do the first part. 1 down, only 8 more to go. Well, I did my best. This one might give a good over 80,000 points to be racking up for having a good record set. Now this is going to be quite good out there for having a good moment. Starting out in the bronze position to be at over 90,000th place. On to the next event. Looks like this was going to be giving a good Rallycross. We'll be going over for having the Audi S1 EKS Rallycross Quattro. We'll be doing a Tigertonic event. This is going to be having a good ways. We'll have to go fast onto the quick handling by having a good extended amount of boots with the Nitro Chemist. Luckily, the Nitro Chemist is the only bonus we'll be putting up with some legendary parts to be giving a good extended amount by boosting up onto the ranks. But this is going to be quite common handy for every players in the crew too. Is going to be quite giving a good ways to go faster and increase the improvement onto the ranks. But luckily, I just changed up the color onto blue from white. But I hope you guys like it. But luckily, maybe this is definitely my putting up with a custom-made variant instead. But I still like the official. This looks very good to be as always. Now let's start out to be in Central Valley. Just gonna have to proceed onto the first checkpoint by using this Joker corner. Okay, keep it steady. Oh man. Bummer. Well, call this a little bit poor effort, but sloppy. So I have to start in attempt number 2. Man, looks like it is pretty fast handling for having a good acceleration. I should probably have to do early braking at any time. So let's try again. That's the way I like it. Now, this one might take the Joker corner. We'll be doing the first one to go in. Taking exercise caution and watch out for that Rallycross Fair Lady C. There you go. Do that quick jump. Lap number 1 clear. Now for lap number 2. But somehow, taking the Joker corner might be the slight advantage, but it takes a little bit risky to avoid getting splashed in onto the water. But I hope I could probably have to make sure when using the Rallycross to be in this good track, that one might give a good way to take a good challenging exercise to master. Luckily, I hope I could probably have to beat the time whenever I could probably come up to be at the 100,000 points. Slow and steady. Just gonna have to take a good regain all-wheel drive control. Almost forgot about the nitro in case. Okay, final lap, here I come. Feels like I'm riding a horse, but driving in a Rallycross vehicle, that one might give a good exact difference. And go straight up onto the finish line earlier, and that one might give a good record set to be achieved. Under 2 minutes for only 1 minute and 52.8 seconds. But everywhere comes in for having a difficult challenge whenever we have to embrace. It's only 2 down, 7 more to go. I should probably have to do this to be on the memo. Okay, looks like 45,000 bucks and 150,000 followers to be on the check mark. Now on to the next event. Monster truck time for the F-150 Raptor will be going in to be at Dallas. That one might give a good ways. We'll be racking up with some points to be stacking up by having a good slightly chance by over 100,000 points. But same thing as goes in episode 2 and Tigertonic event, that might give a possible ways we'll have to climb up to be over 100,000 points. But it's very challenging. So luckily I could probably might have to give it a try to do some different kinds of vehicles to be participate in the different theme events. So looks like this is going to be quite starting out to have a nice place to be in the starting grid and doing some good stunts and doing some tricks and skills. Gonna take the backflip for only 360. Just gonna have to make a good slight refocus to reach up towards the goal. There you go. Nick of time for only one grab. Only silver will be doing the amount of same. Bummer. Almost barely had the moment. So I hope I could probably have to get on over to the platform. Just gonna have to go over to do plan A. There we go. Putting up another front flip. Okay, just gonna go on the maintain pace. Grab that gold 1000 points. And going in towards the loop. Kick it up onto the high gear and putting up the nitro. And here it comes. Well, can't to admit, but I should probably have to get back on top of the loop platform. Okay, looks like full charge and putting up the nitro. There you go. Just gonna have to slow down and use that ramp. That might have to get back onto the loop. It's only down for only a minute and 15 seconds left. Gotta make sure if I could probably have to keep up the pace. It's going well out there, folks. Just gonna have to do the same thing and go take a little bit jump on the lean position and take that good speed. We'll be climb up onto the first loop. And touchdown. There you go. Looks like I have reached the top. Only 15 seconds left. This one might give a good, successful achievement to be reached up onto the progress. And doing another flip. And that's it. Looks like this is going to be doing a job well done. We'll be doing an outcome summary. 26,727 points. Legendary bundle to be earned, and the loot will be sent on over to be at the headquarters by the mailbox. Very good, and that means 7 parts of the monster truck will be collected. We'll be putting up with some good applied parts later on. But luckily, I should probably have to be scrapping up with some rare and epic that will be quite giving some more room for some legendary. Alright, so looks like this is going to be having 3 events complete by having some different rewards. On to the US Speed Tour East, we'll be going over for having a special to be in Dallas. Luckily, just going to have to grab the Audi S1 EKS RX Quattro will be used from the Tire Tonic event. Is going to be doing the same. But I'm so glad that this is going to be quite doing the most finest possible ways to have a different condition. Is going to be quite giving a good different variety. But different location comes in matters, so I hope I could probably have to do my best. Rallycross Quattro, and here I come, and this one might give a good starting grid to be in the most different suitable location.
3, 2.
But looks like the weather is going to get much wet out there, but the time is going to get much brighter to be the most.
I'm sending happy winning thoughts.
Gonna have to ace that course. And make sure that the shortcuts will be doing the same option.
Uh-oh, you're dead last.
Not for long. First place still takes the lead. There you go. Stay on the inside formation and have a good chance on the full straightaway. End of the first lap, moving on in lap number 2. Okay, looks like this one might give enough gap distance for only a few more times. Pack it up with a nitro boost. Touchdown by proceed on to the next checkpoint. So I hope I could probably have to take a lot of good efforts if I could probably have to get over to 100,000 points during the live summit event. But different types of team disciplines is going to be much challenging for all of us to try to master and overcome our finest skill efforts if we have to achieve. Just like the shortcut, when using the Rallycross discipline, that will might give a good advantage. Taking the main focus will be doing the most upper hand. I'm still gonna win this one. This one might take the final stretch, will be reached up towards the end. Okay, there you go. First place and some 45,000 bucks to be earned. Let's see the outcome, and almost to be at 100,000 points. 98,177 points. That one might give 5 commons to be earned, to be scrapped in, to be converted into some spare parts. Alright, so it looks like Dallas Tiger Tonic event is finished. Same thing as the name and the different location. So right now, it's time to get ready to go on over for having 2 stages on the US Speed Tour East. Starting out in the Dallas Special for the mixed event by using the Ducati Monster 1200S, we'll be ready to start out to have a nice, good type of discipline. We'll be giving a good substitute from the Rallycross. But luckily, the maximum horsepower to be at 172 in the top speed of 149 miles per hour. But this one might give a good rally rate motorcycle. Will be giving a good speed to be mastered on every corners, to be giving a good temporary use. So I'll be pick this motorcycle and get ready to go on over.
3, 2, 1.
Here comes the US Speed Tour East, Dallas, Texas. Queen City of the Southwest, the Big D.
Wow, I cannot believe it. This is going to be quite giving a good reverse course. I could probably accept it. Now, same thing as goes to be in the Rallycross, so I hope the motorcycle in the rally raid is going to be very much challenging to be right in the 2-wheel effect. Hopefully, I could probably have to use the Joker as the main shortcut. Handling is still takes a little bit steady to have a good mobility. But luckily, that one might give a good ways for have to stay steady to be used as a touring bike. First lap clear, and moving on in lap number 2, and I could probably might have to keep a little bit more careful if I could probably have a good leaning position. Okay, that was so close. If I master this corner, still takes a little bit more steady effect to be coming in when enter the Joker shortcut. Halfway there at the end. Now for lap number 3 is going to be the final lap. That's more like it. Take a good jump and take that right turn at the good position. So glad that I just finally finished Miami Hertiage without having a commentary, but maybe some recording lines that we might give a good ways we'll have to do some differences to be on the quote. In my way, by the way, folks.
There they go, past the last checkpoint. The finish line is right ahead to win the stage.
Alright, looks like all around the USA for having a good win. New record achieved, and this is going to be having an outcome summary for having 78,000 points. That one might give 7 legendary parts to be earned to be received. Now that was impressive. So I hope I could probably have to take 4 events from Motorflix to be in the US Speed Tour East to have a good main part of the full walkthrough. Alright folks, looks like it's time to get ready for stage 4. We'll be starting out from Dallas to Santa Fe, Texas, and New Mexico. That one might give a good state to state on places to places. We'll be having a touring car discipline. So I hope I could probably have to choose one race car that I'll have to be using with. Now let's see, this is going to be quite very good to pick. Well, I guess I have to use for the Porsche 911 Carrera RSR Turbo since I've been used for the next Speed Tour event. But it was super fast and quick way, but that one might give a good differences from the post-edition performance. So I'm about to pick that Porsche 911 RSR. That one might give a good ways to be on the starting grid to have a nice time attack. Alright, let's do this.
Ready for stage number 4 of the US Speed Tour East? Dallas, Texas to Santa Fe, New Mexico.
So it looks like this is going to be having a good cross-state trip to be in this most event, folks. Just gonna have to go fast and quick by using the touring car disciplines, just like stage 1 from New York to Daytona. Well, probably. The route on every corner is going to be very fast to be challenging, but hopefully I did my best to have a good run out there in the Alpha Grand Prix from Miami to Dallas. Just gonna have to stay focused. If I could probably have to master it on every inside of the pass. So it looks like this one might give a good route trip to be leaving Texas to New Mexico. But this is where Santa Fe is going to be the state capital. But luckily, if I could probably have to do some history of the United States of America, that one might give some good education knowledge. But in the Crew 2, this is very perfect to have a nice good ways to be explore around places by having some different disciplines between the land, sea, and air. Just gonna have to pass on over to the 150 marker board, slow down, and barely took a late braking. Now entered in the Big Bend. Coming in onto the left turn, take that checkpoint to be clear. Okay, looks like now continue on in the road. Hopefully the route of the destination will be coming over to be at New Mexico. This is very steep. Gonna have to regain control, but that might have a little bit messy effort whenever it might have a good slightly chance to be reached up by having 100,000 points. Okay, now I'm in Central Woods. Hopefully, this one might have to give a good straight forward to be on the border in the Texas and New Mexico. There you go. Looks like this one might give a good regain speed control out there by taking some smooth response. Okay, looks like now I have arrived in New Mexico. 78% on the progression, and that means this one might give a good stopping point to be as a reminder. Okay, just gonna keep a little bit stationary. This event, I just really might need to do some practice for the full walkthrough. Okay, there we go. Just gonna have to take that next corner to be at the uphill section. In about a few more miles, the finish line is going to be at Santa Fe, so I hope I could probably have to make it in time. It looks like here it is.
And now they are nearly in Santa Fe, ready to navigate its crooked streets between Pueblo-style adobe houses. Have fun.
Okay, looks like 4 minutes and 48.833 seconds. That was a pretty good green skylines for having a challenge complete. 4 minutes and 53 seconds, and that one might give a nearly towards 100,000 points by having a new record set. Wow, looks like this is going to be pretty good. But I hope I could probably did a pretty good average job out there for only 6 events to be completed. Now for only 3 skills will be left remaining, and now it's time to get ready to go on for having an aerobatics for Dallas. Time to fly around to have an airplane to be suitable to be going over to participate. Okay, looks like one reward unlocked to be on the motor pass, and this is going to be having some more crew credits to be collected. Talk about having some crew credits, I might need to get some more. But anyway, onto the main focus to do some more stunts and skills to be needed. Just gonna have to grab my Harman Rocket HR3 to be at the ready and fly on over to take the skies. Okay, just gonna have to match the figures. There's one over there. Okay, that was a poor effort. Alright, now looks like this one might give a good proper position. We'll be doing the first checkpoint. Match the figures, we'll be having a good place to be in the most finest position. It's gonna get much higher. There you go. This one might give 50% on the halfway point. Hold it. Almost had that chance, and just in the nick of time, and that one might give a good perfect finish line to be at the arrival. 14,409 points. Very good, and that makes a good check mark complete to be at 100,000 points complete. Close call for sure, and that was pretty awesome out there to be flying in the skies of Dallas. Next up, Buoy Smashing for the Jet Sprint and Powerboat. So I hope I could probably might have some score breaker to be needed for the Proto Offshore Mark II. Auto switch vehicle and go back over to be at the main menu to be switched up to a different vehicle to be on the boat. But it was so good to have a nice ways to see some different skills by having a score breaker to be needed to have a good set of a bonus. Luckily, I just worked so hard to be on Ace difficulty on different events to be on the powerboat. Just gonna have to go onto the filters and select the powerboat. Now, this looks very fantastic to have organized parts to be switched in. Luckily, I could probably might have the Voucher 1414 Demon, the yacht, that might give a good ways to have a good increased speed and respawn handling to be mastered around on every areas of the waters. But there are 2 players out there by competing the skill, so I hope I could probably have to wait until when they're finished.
1 minute later.
Okay, looks like the coast is clear. Now it's time to go in and smash the buoys. This one might give a good improved way to rack up with some points. Okay, let one boat pass. Watch out for the red buoys. There we go. Looks like this is gonna be quite pretty good to have the score breaker on it. Almost done. And looks like this should be good for now. 34,442 points. This one might give a good green mark check. 100,000 points to be reached up onto the new record set. 1 rare part to be received. Very good, and a very good skillful way to have a nice powerboat yacht. On to the final event. Solemn is going on for the land-based vehicle we'll be using for the best recommend pick to have the Jeep Moab Quicksand concept. I have organized with some good legendary parts to be putting up with a score breaker, just like any different kinds of powerboats to be used in one type will be switched over to another. And I hope this is going to be quite good to have the score breaker to be attached onto the skills, so this is going to be the perfect vehicle we'll be drive onto the off-road area to be at the Great Plains Solemn. It's going to be quite giving a good proper ways to go fast. Turn on the engine and go enter through the gate. Looks like I have done this one, so this one might give a good ways to improve and try this again. Pick up the pace on the nitro and do an extreme jump. That's the ticket. Just keep going and reach up towards the finish line. Keep it nice and steady. Stay on the formation lineup. Gonna have to turn around. Put up with a boost. Oh man, looks like I almost barely had that chance to be at the finish line. So luckily, 17,307 points is now taking the first attempt of the outcome. But a new record set has finally achieved. So I hope I could probably have to go again in attempt number 2. Practice makes perfect, folks. When doing a solemn on the skill, that one might give an excellent differences to be drive around onto the terrain. That should do the trick. Objective complete. Almost there. Already stacking up to be at the 10,000 points. Here it comes. And whew, wow. By the second there, I thought I was about to be reached up at the finish line. So let's see the summary. Well, maybe that should be good enough to have one rare part to be reward. Okay, looks like finally made it. Platinum to be at rank 7,526 place. It was so excellent, and doing a 1 hour challenge will be doing the rest. Only 2 hours left until the event is over, and this one might give some 6 events. We'll be doing a follow-up catch-up. We'll be doing an excellent struggle to be staying on over to be at the Platinum. Dallas run is finished. Next up for the Live Summit event, Hypercars Planes is about to be ready to go fast. Street Race and Hypercar Discipline is about to be prepared for having 6 different events, plus 3 skills. We'll be having 2 different disciplines with the exception. So let's go, you guys. This will be having a short and long sprint race whenever we can. Thank you for tuning in on my video, folks. I hope you enjoy. So make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, bell for notification uploads to be turned on, and the links on the description down below if you really want to see more. You can check it out on Instagram, Deepinit Art, GT Planet, and other social media platforms if you really want to follow me. And don't forget to support my main project, Vision Total Drama, the next chapter of the Total Drama fan art to support the community. I'll be seeing you guys next time in the Live Summit event in the Crew 2, and I will see you later in the next video. Keep on racing, stay clean.